guys? Welcome to Raj Makes Money. How are all my money makers doing today? Hope you guys are having a terrific end of the week. I'm getting excited for the weekend. We're about to have a huge, massive storm here. But really quickly, I got a little housekeeping to do. I really appreciate it when you guys leave comments on the videos. But if you're going to leave a comment, why don't you guys leave some logic with the comment? You couldn't be more off on Gamestop. It's worth 3 to 4 times the price. It will get there despite the manipulation. Why? Why is this company now where it's 18 billion today and now it's going to be worth 75 billion? I love the comments. I love you guys sharing the videos. And please subscribe. Please like and tell everyone about me. Maybe I'll become the most popular guy in the world for my put play against GameStop. But tell me why. Love to hear your comments. But let's get into business. So unfortunately today we were down, which is very interesting, but we have a new hedge out there and we're up overall. We had a good week, so I can't complain. And I'm going to explain to you guys what the Raj is up to, because I know some of you guys are probably a little confused, and some of the people, are very emotional to GameStop and some of these meme stocks and some of these Wall Street bet people. But at the end of the day, I'm actually an experienced trader who's traded options for a very long time. And I think I know what I'm doing. And I also like to gamble a little bit and have some fun. So I'm going to show you guys what I'm doing. I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to make a lot of money. I'm going to show you guys in a couple of weeks. It really doesn't matter where GameStop is, because I'll have all my money out of this play. And the rest on the line is going to be millions of dollars in profit, hopefully. Or maybe it's a buck in profit. You never know. But it will be fun, and it will be a ride that you guys are all going to take with me. So let's get right into it and how we did today. Unfortunately for the day, down $252,000. Most of that's in GameStop, obviously, because that's our big play right now. IDX was down a little bit today. We still have this Largo issue that isn't fixed. And actually, at one point today, Jaguar Health was up. So I didn't even notice it was down, but at least it's holding above that $2 range. I feel much better about it. And then let's look at GameStop. So this is very interesting. So obviously we have 1,100 contracts. So GameStop today only, was off by, or down by $4.50, or up $4.50, excuse me. So obviously for this to move $2.70 to have a 25% move, or, 25% drop, is very interesting. At one point today, GameStop was $295, and this was only down by $1. And then at one point, GameStop was down a little bit. The things I really like about today is GameStop tried to run again, couldn't, and came back down. Now, when the volatility hits, and this is a big problem with this stock, is it's very volatility based. So when GameStop starts moving more, then the volatility obviously gets into this, and it is going to move. So even if GameStop goes up, if GameStop went up 50 points magically immediately, this actually could go up to $13, and I could actually be getting money back. If GameStop drops drastically, this actually could also drop, and it's very interesting how they manipulate GameStop, but that's okay, and that's why you hedge these things. Also, if you guys notice, like in what we did last week, I'm hedging above my strike price, so that's also giving me a lot more money. So for example, last week we had the 3 hedges. Well, we just started this yesterday, but we had the 3 hedge plays on the 100, 130, and 150. So we actually picked up and made that $170,000 off of those 3 plays. Now this week so far, I have 1,100 contracts. Now, as you can see, I just put hedges out on 800 contracts. So I still have 300 extra contracts that if this all of a sudden dropped and was $20, I wanted to sell it. If it drops and I want to write these for more money. So I have 300 flexible contracts to still play with. Even at the $100 strike price on 300 contracts, those are going to be like $2. That's another $60,000. So right now, I basically wrote $450,000 in hedges against GameStop. Notice the 105s really aren't a big difference, but the 150s are, because I'm selling I bought the 100s, but I sold against it at the 150s. So what this means is I'm betting on GameStop coming down, but I hope it stays above 150, because then I could actually have a problem. So I want GameStop to come down, but I don't need it below 150 for next week. Or I may get out of these earlier in the week. I could roll them out. There's other moves I could make. But definitely, yeah, GameStop all of a sudden next week went to like $99. These contracts that I sold for $7 would be $50 or $51. This would probably be 35, but it wouldn't be the best case scenario for me. But you have to do these hedges, and this is why you go out and you play it. And like I said, these can make a lot of money, and you can do really well, because if you keep this, let's say next week GameStop's $200 and this is $14, and we keep this $450,000 profit, and this one's about even, plus with our hedge, we're making a lot of money. And the flip side, if this comes down to, this week, we have basically $450,000 on 1,100 contracts. It's about $4 more. This can go all the way down to $7, and we're still okay. We'll have a flat week on that play. But we also have a couple other things in play this week coming up. IDX, we have this $40,000 worth of a hedge on that. So I would love for it to be above $3.50. If it's not, I may just say, screw it. We make another 40,000, get out of this play, frees up that $600,000. Or I may hedge it again and say, you know what, let's write the 350s and we'll go out a month, and pick up 50 cents more, and we'll pick up another $90,000 for the month, on this. And depending, it just depends where it's at and what makes the most sense. But that's how it works. And that's why, and it works well because GameStop, like I said, when it starts moving, that volatility goes way up. Unfortunately for me today, and that's why I didn't do all the contracts, the volatility was way down, so the premiums were not as good. So I'm waiting for GameStop to get moving, and then also, like, I write the 110, 120s. I may be able to, these 130s, let's say, at $2.50 today, they could be $4 all of a sudden. And then I write 300 of those, it's another 120 grand I pick up. So that's how the hedges work. So I am betting on GameStop going down. I mean, fundamentally, it doesn't make any sense. I will also tell you, this stock is going to get very volatile around the 26th of the month when they have earnings. Do you guys also know why a lot of companies that don't have earnings right away after the quarter ends wait so long? Because they're duds. They are worthless companies. They lose money. So while people seem to be married to GameStop and think about all these great things, what they don't realize is this company and this stock is just a dud with a lot of volatility, which is where you can make a lot of money as a day trader or option trader, or just playing it with some different plays. So this is one play. We'll see how it works. The good news is my worst case scenario right now, if all of a sudden, which this would be impossible, but if all of a sudden right now the April 1st options or puts that we bought, the put options, went all the way down to zero, we're only on $1 million right now based on the hedges we've wrote. But they're not going to be at zero next week. Even if GameStop next week was $500 a share, those are still going to be $5. So we'll still have money in them and we can still keep hedging. So that's how it all works. That's what I'm doing. But I love, let me know in the comments, let all these Wall Street bet people, who hate it. It is what it is. I think I know what I'm doing with it. Let's look at Bitcoin today, almost back to its highs still, sitting at that 57, 58,000. So staying pretty strong. GameStop today obviously was up after hours, up $2. But, like I said, overall, it's very interesting. When this thing gets kind of flat, that's when it starts moving. And it's also interesting, it's off of its two peaks when it really ran, it comes down hard. And after what we saw 2 days ago with it. So it's going to flutter. If the volume doesn't start picking up on this, they'll slam this thing back to $100 pretty quickly. So that's what we're looking at there. Another news, the Dow had a great day today. NASDAQ down, but the Dow, I think, is near record territory again. S&P 500 is right around the record. And NASDAQ came down a little bit. Not a whole lot else going on today. More COVID, more people, with COVID getting shots. I think they said almost 100 million people now, or we'll have 100 million people vaccinated by the end of the month. So that's terrific news. A lot of reopening trade stuff's reopening. A lot of restrictions are coming off. We're about to get hit with a huge blizzard here, so it should be interesting. Big shout out to all our Patreon members. I hope you guys are doing well. Any of you guys would like to join our Patreon group, just go to patreon.com/Raja Makes Money. And we have the private Facebook group there. So that's where Kenny's been putting out a lot of trades. He had a couple of good ones today. But if you guys also like a lot of the OTC stuff and the different things, and we're going to get Kenny trading so you guys can start watching all his trades in real time soon. But all my trades in real time, I post them as I make them. So if you like what I'm doing and you like how I'm making money this year, I'm still up for the year almost 18% or so. So not too bad. And this thing could really be, this thing could go. I mean, if this thing drops and we have the right stuff in place, it doesn't drop below our hedge right now, this is going to be big. So you guys just got to sit back, relax, watch it, and we're going to make a lot of money on this play. I have a lot of confidence in it. It's actually one of the more confident plays that I've made in a long time that I really like. But yeah, let's take some comments today from people. John says, crazy market. Look at Snap, 100 billion market cap, and they lose money. So who knows with GameStop? So the thing is, Snap has a lot more revenue than GameStop, and they're not losing $4 a share. And they don't have a bunch of stores that are dilapidated that look like homeless shelters that haven't been updated in 20 years. It's a little app on a phone. And with advertising money and optimization, they have a much better opportunity to turn around or have somebody buy them out or do something. So that's why when you look at Snap, as the app versus GameStop, it's two different, crazy, things and stuff. So Ryan Skinner says CTOYX. That's still a play we're holding. I still have 500,000 shares of it. It was up a little bit today. We're just waiting. We're waiting on the news and we're waiting on the name change. That's the big one. And obviously, any of our Patreons, Kenny has a lot more info on that. He's always posting about it. But that one's just going to take a little while. Not a little while. I mean, it's supposed to be any day now, the name change and stuff. So Mad Max says, Raja, if for some reason GameStop opens up at $300 on Monday, what would that do for your portfolio? Well, it does actually a couple of things for it. One, and like I was saying, even like today when GameStop was $295, the $100 these puts were like, they were only down $1, and then the GameStop dropped 30 points or 20 points from its high. And these things go up, could come down, 20%. So the more volatile the stock gets, the better it is. The other thing is I only had a small hedge out there for those 2 days and it had a large drop. This isn't going to drop tremendously because there's a lot of volatility that's going to come into this with earnings in 2 weeks. This stock is going to move for earnings because we already know they lost money this quarter. I mean, they're going to be like AMC. They lost money this quarter. But they probably accumulated some cash by selling some of their stock into the rally at some high prices. So they have stuff. But the thing is, they don't, like this e-commerce play, you have to look at it as what is this e-commerce play? What does it look like? What is it going to be? And where is it, like I said, there's so many companies already selling electronics and games and all this stuff out there. So what are they going to do? Go take more debt out and, raise more money and take more debt to go buy somebody in the marketplace to compete? Like, I don't honestly know, like, they're going to sell games online. They already sell games online. You can go right now to their website to order stuff online. So I don't really know what their online e-commerce play is. Yes, a guy who made a lot of money on selling Chewies and is on their board now and an investor and likes the stock. I don't know why, but just because somebody who's rich and likes your stock doesn't mean the place goes well. You know how many restaurants I like, and I think it's the best food I've ever eaten in my life, and they go out of business years later. Stuff doesn't last forever. And just because somebody likes it doesn't mean it's going to last forever. Blue Acquisition, $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. Let's see. Blue Acquisition. Hey, Roger, thank you for the Webull Challenge plaque, 1/3. If I ever see you in Vegas, can I get you to sign it? Of course. And congratulations. And I'm happy you got the plaque in the mail. Ryan, I know, got them all mailed out earlier in the week. Jeff Schwartz in the house, the only person who has for our YouTube sponsors, has an emoji and a lemon emoji. Watch Zom between now and the end of the month. What are we watching for, Jeff? What are we watching for? Jeff also is the one who told us to watch Jaguar. Should we still be watching that one between now and the end of the month or the end of 2024? Just kidding. No, we're just waiting. Jaguar is a SPAC play. Zom, I have no idea why Jeff likes Zom so much. It's one of those stocks that you get in and out of. It's, near its highs from where it's been. They just need news. So how do you feel about AMC? So AMC, another one, obviously, they came out with their earnings. We know where they stand. They're still losing lots of money. Their revenue was a little better than expected. They have, the screens and the theaters, are a reopening trade, but they're still losing all this money. So the only thing good is that, they lost over $1 billion or something, but the only thing good is they had stock, they sold into the rally, and now they're sitting on $1 billion in cash to last them for a while. But you still need movies. You still need people to go to the theaters. A lot of people now have been retrained. So one thing that I think you'll find very interesting is that people will find interesting is people have been retrained. So like businesses now, we don't need to travel. We don't need to, you still need some travel, but like we don't need to go to these conventions. How did my business stay in business this year, go up in sales, and I didn't go to any conventions? So do I need to now send a 20 people? And I'm not saying my business, but I'm saying companies. Do I need to send 20 people, to a trade show and spend $1 million or $100,000? Office space. Do I need an office space for 300 employees when the last year we all worked from home, everything went well, and do we need office space? Well, what's that going to do to the real estate market? If you had a business this year and your business and your sales are up, and let's just run some numbers. Let's say you had 300 employees. Well, if you had 300 employees, you probably have like a 40,000, 50,000 square foot office. And in most offices, like Colorado, it's going to be around $20, $22 a square foot for rent. So, you're spending $30,000, $40,000 a month plus CAM fees and just operating costs. If you have utility bills, just depending on the situation. A lot of companies are going to say, you know what, we need an office to have like 25 people. So if we hire new people, we need to work on projects, a big conference center. But we don't need to have 300 people. It actually works out better having everyone at home. They like it better. Some people work better from home. Some people work better. I personally like to be around my team because if I have ideas, I don't want to have to get on a Zoom call or reach out to people. But a lot of places, and just depending on what you do, also call centers, a lot of that stuff, can be all over the place, and they don't have to be in those atmospheres. And that's going to really hurt the real estate market. Well, that hurts all those little businesses that were in there. And like I said, there's a lot of companies that have realized too, like during this, how many worthless employees did we have that we really didn't need actually, or didn't do much, or maybe we realized how great our employees are. So lots of stuff always happens. Unknown Prodigy, what are your monthly fees for trading all these options? Just curious. So so I have a special deal, and you can negotiate. A lot of people don't know this. You can negotiate with any of the brokerage firms your prices. But if you guys have probably seen, I pay around 15 cents a contract. But yeah, it's when I'm trading thousands of contracts, it adds up pretty quick. On some days, if I'm trading 10,000 contracts, it's $1,500. So it adds up quick. But I know like some of the base option contracts on a lot of these companies are like 40 to 60 cents. So if you do have a lot of money here, don't call your company up and say I'm trading 10 option contracts a day. They're not going to give you a special price. But if you're trading thousands and thousands of contracts, a day, a week, a month, you can negotiate with any of the trading firms. So, and make sure you take advantage of that. James says, please check stock Century Casinos. Is that Century Casino, the local casinos here? Or I'm not sure. Check it out. Century Casino, Century. We have Century Casinos here. I did a live show on one of them. JCNTY. How do they do? Looks like up today, nice 10% pop today, and then after hours up a little bit more, 4%. Year to date on this one, all near the highs. Let's see. There's the earnings call. So obviously must have had a good earnings. I'm surprised they're actually losing money. That's interesting. The one I've been watching, and I know this one. And all these casinos, they're going to be strong, especially with the stimulus money. People are going to take that stimulus money and put it into the, spend it, obviously. So somebody also, I saw some comments about this, that I'm off on my stimulus and the spending. What people don't realize, 12 million people getting $1,400, that's not that much money. So first of all, a lot of those people actually may need the money, and that $1,400 is going to go towards bills, and they're going to be responsible with the money. Then you have a lot of people, you probably had at 12 million, you probably have 6 million who probably don't need the money and who have been working or, so they're going to put it into the economy. They're going to buy stuff. And sure, there may be 1 million of those people. Maybe there's 2 million of those people who take $1,400 and they're going to go buy stock. Well, I can tell you right now, this market, 280 million, even if it's $1 billion, that doesn't move this market. This is a trillion, how many $1 trillion market? There's trillions of dollars all the time sitting on the sidelines in the market. So this stimulus is definitely going to help the economy. It definitely will help little businesses because, if you took, let's say, 12 million people and you divide that by 50 states and which states have the most population, into the economy, into little areas, if 10 people walk into one of my clubs that each got $1,400, if I get 10 of those people who got $1,400 and buy some bottles, that's great. It's an extra, it could be an extra $14,000 for me, but I'm not going to get 12 million of them. I'm not going to get 1 million of them. The whole state of Colorado only has, 100,000 people who are going to, if you divided up the United States and took 50 states divided, like I said, and based on population, that's 100,000 people here in Colorado. So, it's a nice injection. Basically, Colorado got $140 million of extra money to hopefully help the economy out, but that's not going to move markets and do stuff crazy like that. So I want to look up Monarch Casino. This is one where I really like. I'm actually there Tuesday night again playing. And we're going to Reno, the Atlantis, which they own. Yeah, this one's almost near its highs also. Right under it, shy of its high. this casino, you know, and I can tell. So, I mean, I don't know how Reno's doing, and I haven't, you know, been there in a while, but they run a great casino there. But here in Colorado, they're dominating it. They're destroying all the other casinos here. Ameristar, Lodge, I mean, they still have business and stuff, but I can say the Monarch's the hottest casino. It's packed all the time now, or as many people as you can have in there with COVID and stuff. And, you know, I mean, as summertime hits, this is going to be, for years to come, the hot spot in Colorado. They're doing it right. A lot of the casinos here in Colorado, and I've said this for years, because they have the business, they have the people, but they got greedy. They stopped giving out, you know, a lot of free play. They got, you know, they nickel and dime and stuff. Some of them, you know, canceled their suites at, you know, like now it's the Ball Center where the Avalanche and the Nuggets and teams play, and they did stuff to save money, or just because I don't know, they didn't think they had to. But the Monarch's doing it right. Another problem is a lot of these places, there's barely any restaurants, a couple of little steakhouses that are fair. But at nighttime, there's no food, or some have snack stands. The Monarch has it's called 24/7, full 24/7, nice sit-down restaurant, great food. They have a steakhouse. They're putting an Italian restaurant. They have they do have a snack stand too. But they're serving food, like I said, a good meal, sit-down meal, and they have a huge buffet, really nicely done. You know, it's probably the nicest buffet up there. They're doing things right. They definitely know what they're doing, and doing a great job on it. Tesla, where's it going next week? You know, that's a great question. I did see that just a little while ago. I was reading an article right here on Tesla about federal agency warns that Tesla tests unfinished driverless tech on its users. So also Tesla's China made Model Y takes off despite holiday car sales slump, so that's good. But yeah, it was an interesting article about, you know, Tesla and the beta testing and how well it does. Another fun, interesting fact: I'm firing Taxi T. I get my new self-driving Escalade tonight after the show. So I ordered this in June of last year. I put a deposit down. It was supposed to be here in October. So I guess the good news is I was getting a 2020. Now I'm getting a 2021. I guess it would have been a 2021 in October when they came out, but it got delayed for because of COVID. So then they said maybe December. So I think they started shipping in December or January the new models, but the self-driving models so the first one in all of Colorado, and probably like the 10th actually in Colorado, the new Escalade. But super excited because I don't want to count on Taxi T, because you guys all saw the other night he just vanished on us and I had to drive anyways. No, but yeah, so I'm very excited to have the first self-driving Cadillac Escalade here in Colorado tonight to take around. So very excited for that. So maybe I'll put some pictures online and stuff. Also, guys, all my money makers and Patreon members, I hope you guys, the studio is almost done, so we're getting super excited for that. So, whoops, what do you think about Fungu, FNGU? I've never heard of that one. Take a look at it for you. FNGU, Fungu. Microsectors, FANG. Oh, it's a sector song. Oh. What do you think of that? Year to date, I mean, it's been way up there. So this trades based on the tech stuff. I don't know. You know, if tech has a strong rally, I guess this one will come back up. Or I don't know. Day range moves a little. From $2.30, it's way up. So I don't know. I don't know enough about this one or anything. So I'd have to definitely study it. So it'd be hard to say. Doug says, no wonder GM stock popped today. Raja is getting his Escalade. That's right. Raja's paying cash for the car. He says, give me that car. I'm driving it. So there's that 5%. But I think it was also up today. I think just you have the reopening trades back, and there is demand. People have money. They want to start buying stuff. So it'll be pretty good. Do you trade other casino stocks? Boyd Gaming Corporation, BYD, and Full House Resorts Inc. FLL. Yeah, let's take a look at them. Wait. Yeah, I like gaming stocks. In some of my personal accounts, I trade them and stuff. Boyd Gaming, let's see, $66. Yeah, near its highest. That's the thing. Some of these are tough. Like, you know, they've done so well and they've run. You know, and the one thing you still have to remember with a lot of these stocks, Full House Resorts, this one. Same with this. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's hard buying a stock that is, you know, was, you know, $10 goes to 100. You know, it's when they've run so hard. You know, I mean, obviously, you know, if you bought stuff in March of last year when, you know, everything tanked, you did. I mean, anybody's done good. It would be hard to fail or something. But yeah, it's definitely interesting. The gaming stocks, they're going to come on strong. Some of these casinos make a lot of money. Some of these casinos still lose money. You're still going to have duds. I mean, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what the Palms does, if they ever reopen, or, Mardi Gras, or, some that are near the strip but off the strip, because the strip's too powerful and that's where people want to be, or downtown. So you definitely have stuff like that definitely affects what those stocks and everything are doing. Or how they'll come back strong. You have little independent casinos like, Cosmo, and not like a Bellagio on the corner there, and, probably Caesars, that they're going to do really well because they're right there in the prime real estate, and they're good. But it'll be very interesting to see what happens with the old Hard Rock out there. It's now becoming the Virgin Hotel, or Virgin Casino. Obviously they have a deal with Mohegan Sun to run it. I think that will help them some, but it doesn't matter. You can spend all that money. You got to get people to go. Why do you want to leave the strip? Why do you want to go 4 blocks off and stuff? Bobby says, is Dogecoin investable in your opinion, or just a fad? I think it's 100% fad. I mean, the guy who invented it said it's a joke. Even Elon Musk, if you watch what he said, it's a joke. I mean, and it is. So. Hi, Raja. Are you one on Costco? I like Costco. I love shopping there. I can't wait for him to have the samples back, like old days and stuff. The thing with Costco, now that the pandemic is coming to an end, here's the thing: that if it spikes back up and everybody gets on lockdown one day again, and Costco will be a great stock. I think Costco is going to have a hard time keeping up with the earnings going forward, because they had such great earnings during this pandemic, even like Amazon. Because you have to think of like this, where I go to Costco, let's say every 2 weeks, and I'll buy some, food, and, I buy a lot of stuff there, but you go every 2 weeks or something. Well, during the pandemic, I was going weekly because I was buying, steaks, and I was grilling, and I was doing all these things that were very expensive things, in contrast to what I normally spend there, because instead of, I normally like to go out to eat and socialize. Well, I couldn't go out to eat. So if I didn't go out to eat, 10 times a week, I went out to eat, let's say 3 times a week, and every time I go out to eat, I drop $100 for me and the twins and stuff, or if I'm out with some people. Instead, we were going to Costco, and we were spending $100, $200 a week buying like I said, steaks, and mashed potatoes, and all the products they sell there. It's a great store. I just think they're going to have a hard time keeping up with earnings. That earning growth, especially also like a lot of these companies, a lot of these food companies, and I think they've said that in a lot of their earnings now too, like Heinz and some of those, when when everything ran on the supermarkets, they sold out, they got, a lot of orders in and stuff, did really well. It's kind of like toilet paper. A toilet paper company is not going to make more money in 2021 than they did in 2020. When you had a product, it's not like America. We actually have a decrease in toilet paper. And you're going to say, Raja, how could there be a decrease in toilet paper for this year? Well, the pandemic killed 500,000 people, supposedly. So if we really lost this extra 500,000 people, that's 500,000 less people a day who are going to be using toilet paper. So the toilet paper business, one, they oversold. And 2, there's going to be a lot less usage this year because we have a population decrease from those people who aren't using it now, right? There you go. But some products, like I said, they've done very well. It's going to be hard to maintain. That's why, like, people, Apple, I think is a steal at this price, and people are going to come back into Apple. But the thing is, Apple's just, people are just moving some money around, and, Apple needs a little news or some good stuff. But I mean, they just had blowout earnings. Why is, markets at all-time highs or near all-time highs, but Apple is down, 18% from its all-time high? Makes no sense. Apple, I think, is a great stock. For me to play Apple, and I love Apple, and I'm still playing in some of my other accounts, but for me to really play it here, I need the volatility, and I need the price points up. It's just, I'm not going to get the return on investment playing it here that I'm looking for right now. So James says, do you like our casino stream from Wynn Resorts? The stock is up 40% in 3 months. They boosted online betting revenue in Virginia and partnered with Detroit Pistons. So I don't stream at Wynn. We are supposed to do the Wynn Boston eventually. Well, this is interesting. We're supposed to do the Wynn Boston. I can record at all the Wynn properties, but they don't allow you to live stream. So I don't know how they would know if I wasn't live streaming unless somebody told them. But it's weird. They'll allow you to record, but they don't want you to live stream. So it makes no sense. But that's that. But yeah, the online betting is going to be huge for those companies. But you have to remember, the online betting, the player acquisition cost is through the roof. Those companies aren't making any money yet. And they're not going to make any money for a while because they're spending so much money to get a new player, and they really don't even know the value of a new player. Some of these companies are spending $400 or $500 to get new players in. And like I said, it's getting very costly for them. Thank you, Eric. Thanks. You're the best. Such thoughtful opinions. I really appreciate it. Very welcome. And thank you for joining us. And thank you, everyone, for joining us. Also, like I said, but back to the whole acquisition cost. So just so if you guys know, and I found when I was, one of my big things was the ringtones. I did $100 million a year in ringtone sales. You know how many ringtones probably got sold this year? 0, because they're all free, right? But I was doing in 2007, 2008, 100 million plus a year on ringtones. They were all a continuity program. So, and just like, and a little bit different with, you have a set price point, but with the sports betting, a couple of things. You need games, you need, which there's plenty of games, plenty of different sports and stuff to bet on now. But what are you going to do with the player cost? So they're on average, they're giving $500 to get a new player. Well, if you get somebody like Brian in Denver, $500 is cheap because Brian in Denver, I mean, he bets $20,000, $30,000 a day playing the games. Now he doesn't. But you take like the Click Father, he's a huge player. You guys all know Matt, who gambles with me, and I mean, just mixing. So for some of you who are watching, I also have a gambling channel called The Big Jackpot. Just because I know there is some people now that are new who have no clue about my other channel, and vice versa. But there's the player acquisition. So these guys, they're betting thousands of dollars a game, and they're great players for those casinos, the online sports betting, because, it's a great business. You just take 10% and you match people up all day long. So if somebody bets $10,000 a day on games, they make $1,000. But you take a lot of these other people that they're paying $100 or $500 to do these things. And they're making $5 bets, or they're making just long shot bets, which those are good for online stuff because they're a lot of profit in that stuff for them. But they're paying a lot for that customer. So basically, they have now bet $1, win $100 if somebody throws a punch during the boxing match tonight, because they can't just give you the money, but that's how they give it to you for free. The other one they had was make your first bet up to $500. If you lose, we give you your money back. We guarantee your money. We give you a free $500 bet or something like that. So basically, and I knew like Brian was doing it, and everybody, he was showing everyone how to do this. He's like, look, so you make one bet. If you don't win, you still got your $500, and then you make another bet if you don't win. So everything basically, we're guaranteeing you $500. Definitely interesting stuff. Captain Stable, Raja, have you ever considered selling all the side businesses and the headaches that come with them, or just stick with the stock market? Yeah, sometimes I do. I don't like stuff with tons of employees. Obviously, the restaurants and bars and nightclubs have a lot more staff, but I try, like I said, I take very good care of my management team, and that makes my life easy. I don't nickel and dime them. I don't, also one thing, if you've ever been to any of my businesses, when stuff breaks, it gets fixed immediately. I don't skimp. I don't try and put Band-Aids on stuff. I like just to take care of things and make it work and fix it all up. And it's a lot less headaches and stuff. Woofs in the house. I get LOL at Sanders Slosh. Just a thought that 500,000 people don't need toilet paper anymore. LOL. Mind blown. But it's #truth. And that's what we said. Even I said, what about all the assisted living centers and all those places? There's 500,000 people, and most of them are over 70 years of age. Like I said, it's tragic. It's terrible. Nothing about people dying, but I'm saying that's, 300, 400,000 empty beds in assisted living places coming up. It's going to, the good news is if we don't have another pandemic or a problem, the average lifespan is, we'll go back and we'll have a lot more people in the future. But that's like I said, when I was doing all the research, I was trying to figure out how many people really do die a day, a year, a week, how many get born in population. But it is, it definitely knocked out a large amount of seniors quickly. So, definitely have to look at that. Mitchell Pilot, I just joined the stream. Where do you think Tesla is going to go next week? That's tough to say. Honestly, I think next week, two things. I think we either have a down market because of all these storms hitting and some of that stuff. And also, I think just the rally and some people taking money out of the market. Earnings are out. The stimulus is out now. There's no secret. It's not like I might sign this. I might add 1.9 trillion into the economy if inflation starts going up and things start to run too fast, which is probably what's going to happen pretty quick. I think the market's going to get soft again. Tesla, like I've said a million times, and it actually came all the way down from 880 to the 500s, like I predicted. It's rallied back some because people like it, that people believe in it. But I think the market's going to have a little holdback, and it's interesting. If Apple was running with the market and some of these other ones, and the FANGs all together, I think we have a strong market because those aren't running as heavily and they're way below their highs. I don't think the market's settled in to where the sell-off is. I don't think the market's going to get destroyed. But I could see a 5-10% pullback in the market. I see a better chance of a 5-10% pullback than I see a 10% run on more stuff. I just don't see the NASDAQ. I mean the Dow being at 36,000 from 33,000. I just think it has a better chance to go back to 31. It's going to bounce around. I think we'll see some bouncing, and it's just how the markets work. You got to take some money off the table here and there, and have some fun with it. So Jason says, "Are you shorting GameStop?" No, we're shorting it, playing it through puts, buying puts, hoping it goes down, but we're hedging it every week. So this week's hedge was we made 170 grand. Our new hedge, we have 450,000 to make next week off if everything works out. So it's a option play of shorting it. We're betting on the stock coming down. I don't need the stock to go to $1 to make money. I'd like to see the stock at like $150 or something like that. But it's a good play. I think it's overvalued. It's going to get very volatile in 2 weeks during earnings season. That's why I did the April 1st. And we're having fun. The whole key here is hopefully we have all our money or most of our money out of it and or just can play with the 1,100 contracts for the final week and own them free and clear and already made our money back. And hopefully it hits big. And then it's you guys are going to say, you know what? Not bad, not bad. Big shout out, the one and only Michael Richter in the house. Ayo, what is that? Ahoy. Welcome. There's Brandy the dog. So cute to see her. Michael is here to pick me up because, like I said, guys, I'm so excited. Right after this ends, I am on my way to get the brand new 2021 self-driving Escalade. Taxi T has been terminated now. So I'll just be sitting there, sleeping at the wheel, driving around, trading. No. So super excited for it. Can't wait to see it. But hey, guys, thank you so much. You guys are the money makers. I'm just the Raj. I hope you guys had a great week in the markets today. We ended up a little, actually, you know what? This week, to even be up at all, at one point this week, I was down to $4.8 million. So I am so happy with how CCIV worked out. I have a lot of friends and people who are in CCIV. It all worked out. I still may play some more CCIV next week. But everything worked out great. I'm very happy with my GameStop position. Like I said, the stock's going to come down, whether it comes to, if at 50 points, 100 points, the volatility will go up. You're going to see me make a lot of money on this play. And hey, guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you guys subscribe if you haven't on YouTube. Make sure you follow me on Facebook. Let everybody know about Raja Makes Money. Share with everyone. The more the merrier. Take care, guys. Have a great weekend. And hopefully, if the blizzard's not too bad, I will see you Sunday for the weekly update show. Take care, guys.